upstairs and heading into the master bedroom. Give you guys a little bit more vacuuming here before I move on to his brain and doing the CRB. So probably going to be another hour and 15 or so, but Adam will be coming out to help me because this is a lot of carpet for a residential home. So he'll start working on the bottom floor because I'll probably for sure still be up here. There's just the master bedroom and bathroom area that's directly behind me at this second was about 500 or so square feet. Then I got the hallway, 2 more bedrooms, and the stairs. So I'll have him do the laminate, most likely. And then there's a living room, family room, dining room, and a bedroom down there. I would have taken care of this all by myself, but I didn't get started on this until literally after noon. This job actually came in today. Today was going to be kind of a maintenance kind of day where it's getting the oil changes on a vehicle done, but she was kind of in a hard spot as far as getting somebody to come out here. So I was like, it can't be that big. I can handle it and then make it to my afternoon appointment. And I show up here almost 2,300 or so square feet. I'm like, oh, alright, guess I'll be doing that a different day. But, you know, now I'm getting somebody taken care of. I'm trying to ease up some problems that they're having. And sometimes that's worth it when you're able to help make somebody's life a little easier, so they don't have to keep searching around for somebody when they have already contacted 2 companies that said they couldn't do it, or whatever the reason may be, and I had the free time to get it handled. And being that it ended up being such a big job, if I found that out later, I would have been kind of bummed, knowing that I could have taken care of it if I would have just denied it. So today, had Adam up in Lodi, California, taking care of a commercial stop, and then there was nothing else on his route at the time, so he had asked the other day if he can clean his carpets, so I told him to go ahead and do that. So he's finishing up his home, and I'm going to head out here and help me finish this one up. So I think what I'm going to do is have his house basically done for free. You know, he's still on the clock when he's cleaning it, so I'm technically paying him to clean his own carpet, which I think is a nice gesture to do. He's a solid worker, does a great job. He's gotten a handful of people to leave him Google reviews with his name typed in it, which is definitely nice when people do that. Because if somebody calls and they see a bunch of reviews for Adam or anybody else that's working for us, they can be like, hey, I was reading the reviews and I saw this guy Adam was getting some great responses from people. Is there any way I can have him out to do the carpet? And then if scheduling works out, then he gets a request and he'll make a little extra money on top of the normal thing that he gets paid, because they specifically requested to have him out. So that's always cool. But yeah, I'm gonna tell him that since he's coming to help me out, do me a solid. We're gonna be out a little later. I'll be throwing him doing his job. Or his house, sorry. Because he's doing me a favor, coming out here later in the day to help me finish this. So we can have his carpet done while he was still on the clock. I think that's kind of a nice thing to do. You know, if I can manage it with all my employees and everything in the future, I think it's kind of a nice gesture to do maybe once a year. Allow them to clean their carpet. Where I used to work, if you wanted to have your carpet cleaned, they basically charge you $50 to rent the van, which I can understand, you know, gas and cleaning agents, that sort of covers the cost of those two things. But then, and I can understand why they did this, they would ask that you pay one of your coworkers to clean it, which would still come out much cheaper than the whole normal rate would be. But I think it became an issue with them because they had employees going and cleaning somebody else's house and taking the money, which obviously is unethical and not cool of them to do. But yeah, anyways, I think that's a good gesture. You know, I have no reason to not let Adam do that. He's a solid worker, very responsible and a long-time friend. So I want to make sure he's well taken care of. Definitely deserves it. Go back over to the bedroom that's next to this one. I'm just kind of wondering how long this person is in this house, because the frame and the carpet right here on the edge, and there's a bunch of it downstairs by the stairwell. It just doesn't seem like a year or even two this much damage can be done. But if they had pets in the house when they weren't supposed to, and if there was a cat, could have been clawing at the carpet using it as a scratch post. And that's definitely a common issue that I've come across, where it looks like it's frayed the carpet and made it look tacky in some areas. Clearly this one had a bed sitting right on the floor. You can see kind of the indentations. Which I'm always surprised to see stains directly under it when it's got a box spring and a mattress on top of it. House. Usually not these houses have this much in there. There's usually all the bathrooms are hard surface, including the space in the master where the sinks are at, but this one's actually carpeted in there, so it's an extra 120 or so square feet of carpet that's normally hard surface in a house like this. There's some home builders or people that replace the carpet kind of follow the same outline as how it was when it was built and leave carpet in those areas, which personally it's harder to keep it clean when you got carpet like right outside of your shower stall or right outside of your bathroom toilet area. Thankfully there's no carpet in the toilet area, so as you can see, like the whole bathroom is a laminate. Heading up to the last room in this hallway up here. Looks like I have enough room left in my canister to finish the rest of it, but basically, by the time I'm done, I have 2 canister fulls. Which isn't horrible. I have done worse in smaller amounts of carpet. Alright guys, I'm going to keep this going. I think this is enough vacuuming video for this one. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. I know some of you prefer it for the noise, and I've been talking most of the time. So I appreciate you guys watching these videos and all the new subscribers that just came in not that long ago. I think about 12 new subs came in recently within the last, I think, 24 to 30 hours roughly. Thank you for that. I have to check now, but I might be at the 900 mark, which means 100 or less until I hit the 1K subscribers. So thank you guys for all the support. For those that are new, make sure you check out our previous videos. You kind of scan through them, see if there's any videos you want to watch to get caught up. But I believe I'm over 350 videos and on the channel right now. There's plenty of different types of content, whether it's the extraction process, the vacuuming, CRB. There's some with pre-spray, showing me spraying the carpet as best as I can with one hand. And there is silent videos, meaning no talking. And you're just going to have to look for them a little bit. But they are there. My channel is mostly ran on me discussing what I'm doing, because it's also geared towards potentially getting clients in my area that want to see the cleaning process before they, decide to make a purchase and use us. So that's a lot of time why I am talking. because I want them to learn about us and what we do, what to expect from us, to make sure that we are a good fit for them. That way they're not going in blind and hoping for the best, because there are a lot of different services, as you guys know, where you, in a sense, get what you pay for. But if you can get rid of that headache and know up front what you are going to be paying for, you can make a better judgment call on what your needs are. So I'm always happy to explain that stuff to people over the phone when I first speak to them. Here's what they expect from us, how we're going to do stuff. Then they can say, all right, these guys are quality, and then call one or two more, find out what type of quality they are, and then narrow it down and go from there. And it's actually helped me acquire clients, educate them on what to expect and what they should be looking for in other companies too, because I've had some people call me or whatnot through even YouTube videos like, hey, what should I look for in a clean room in my area? And I'm happy to tell them, like, you know, ask them if they do these things. Do you pre-vacuum? Do you run a CRB over it? Do you use a buffer to scrub? Do any extraction with that? What's your cleaning process? Do you just come in and pre-spray and start rinsing? And if that is the case and they have a good reputation, then I always tell them, you know, get your vacuum out and thoroughly vacuum all the carpet you want done. I have to use my measuring tool there to pick that up. But yeah, that's what I do. I feel that's just the right thing to do. And then, you know, feeding people information and word of mouth is always a good thing. Nothing wrong with helping somebody out. Make it easy for everybody. There you go. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I'm going to keep this going. Alright guys, CRB time. Something here. Sorry, I'm adjusting the cable in my hand here. It's breaking down a little too low. Can get caught in the brushes. Adam just arrived. He's starting on the laminate down below. I've gotten the first bit of carpet pre-sprayed up here. Now normally, with this much carpet upstairs, I wouldn't pre-spray this amount of it all at once. You know, if it was summertime, for example, because it will dry out probably what we... Sorry about that, guys. Somebody called, and there was nobody on the line. I think they might have... I think it's somebody I spoke to earlier. They might have maybe butt dialed me or something. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Pre-spraying a certain amount of carpet at once. So you got a big job like this one. It's the summertime. You don't want to pre-spray, you know, let's say more than 600 or 700 square feet in my area at a time, because when it gets really hot, it could potentially dry out the carpet before you get to your pre-spray, and you don't want it to be dried out before you rinse it out, because it becomes harder to get it out. So being that it's winter time, obviously things take longer to dry, so I can get away with pre-treating a larger amount of the carpet. So that's what I did here. So I could probably get away with, you know, let's say 1,000 square feet of carpet cleaning before it would dry out on me. Because especially in homes where it needs a little extra pre-spray, if it's kind of dirty, stains, whatnot, you know, I usually spray the carpet more than the average, thus staying a little wetter longer until I rinse, and then obviously dry passes over it afterwards. So I kind of did that one in this one. There's some areas where I sprayed a little heavier. Oops. Drop the cord here. So, or in some cases when there's a bad area, when I come back out to move my solution line out of the way for me to CRB, if I'm almost out of my cleaning agent, in the main walk path, such as right here or on the staircase, I'll kind of spray a little bit more on them as I make my way back down to move that stuff. That way it's got an even amount, a good amount in the hard spots, so when I get to that spot to rinse it out, it'll come out nice and clean. So this hallway's not so bad. It's more the bedrooms and mostly downstairs where you guys saw that darker brown section by the right next to the kitchen. So this is clearly going to be a long video. So I ordered another Boss filter. If you guys saw videos back, I don't know how many, probably been a couple hundred back, because I've had it since the beginning, I believe, almost the beginning of the Chevy van with the Everest 650. I'm running a Boss filter, and basically what that's doing is it's helped maximizing my CFMs and my lift, which is basically, put it layman's terms, vacuum strength. Lift is what pulls it out of the carpet, so hence the word lift. And then CFMs is what takes it back, how much power I have to take it back through the line and send it to, you know, into the waste tank. So it helps increase that. So I'm going to do probably another video on that, because I'm doing a different setup with the new van, which you can see down there with the Nissan and the Profire setup. I'm going to start doing what's called 4 to the door with that one, because I have 2 hose hookups in there, or 2 separate lines of 200 feet each on each one, so 400 feet total. So I'll have to do a video on that so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm sure you can probably YouTube it and find it. There has to be somebody that's done it. Maybe not with the Boss filter and the Profire machine. So I'll have to do that one of these times so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So if you're not subscribed, you're definitely going to want to be, so you don't miss that video in the future. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you stay up to date on everything we are doing. I think that would be a good video to do. I kind of went at this angle like this because I ran out of cable. So I gotta move the cord. Of course, I only need like 8 more feet. So I can just plug it into this next one and have enough. But yeah, that would be a good video to do for you guys, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And in order to do that, you do have to have a machine, from my understanding, unless there's another way to do it. You could probably do it with a Y attachment that you can hook 2 lines up to your one van vacuum port. But both these vans have 2 ports. The Profire actually has 3. Doesn't mean I can triple wand, because one of them's for 2.5 inches of hose, and the other 2 are 2 inches, which is the primary use. The 2.5 inches is good for if you're doing flood work and you're just extracting a bunch of water. That extra ½ inch increases the volume that you're pulling out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, that's the purpose of doing 2.5 inch hose. Alright, so push it down here and reattach it to the plug that's right inside this door to my right here, so I can finish up the master, because the cable's not going to make it this way. Just go a little bit past. That way when I plug this in, the cable won't be in my way. If you've watched this far, man, thank you. I'm sure it's at, let's see, I think it's probably at around 25 minutes or more at this point. Appreciate it. You guys are enjoying this video as much as I enjoy seeing these carpets clean up. I know I've asked in the past who likes longer videos, who likes shorter videos, and I got a little bit of mixed thoughts on each one. So sometimes bigger jobs like this, I just end up doing more video because it's empty, you know, and it's just good to get a lot of content, keep things flowing for you guys. And technically, as big as this house is, if I was doing it all by myself, I could realistically drop it into two separate segments. One of these times when I have a big job like this, if I'm on my own and I'm doing the whole thing, especially if it's like a 2-story, I'll have to do something like this. Let me know in the comments what you think about this idea. Is I'll clean, like upstairs for example, I'll clean it, then talk about what I'm doing and other random subjects that I might have on my mind that are related to cleaning, of course, in some sort of way. And then downstairs, I'll just not speak at all, clean, and just clean, allow you to listen and see the results of CRB and rinsing. And then of course, if they have me Scotch guard, then I'll rake the carpet out. So when I do rake the carpet, there's a high probability it is because the client opted to have their carpet protected with Scotch guard is the formally known name for it, but carpet protectant nonetheless. And then if a client requests that we rake the carpet, we absolutely will. So the purpose of it is kind of similar to what I'm doing with the CRB right now. So I pre-sprayed the carpet, right? So what the CRB is doing is obviously scrubbing it, but it's also dispersing the pre-spray into the fibers. So when you go in and you topically spray Scotchgard or carpet protectant, it's being put on topically, just like the pre-spray is, right? So when you go in and you rake the carpet, it's kind of helping disperse that into the fibers. Plus, the main reason why I do it is because I feel it is very tacky to leave your footprints in the carpet. You know, even though you put shoe covers on, you want to leave it looking great. And so if you were to come in here and apply Scotchgard and then just leave all your footprints in the carpet, and somebody somewhere is probably going to have an issue with that. Like, oh man, I just had my carpets clean, this guy left a bunch of footprints everywhere. That's not cool. And then, you know, they may not have seen you wearing shoe covers or booties, and then now they're going to be calling you up, being like, hey man, you left a bunch of footprints in my carpet. Is this going to leave dirty marks from your shoes? And then you got to attempt to try and educate them on the fact that you are wearing shoe covers, you know, so you weren't walking in here with dirty feet, anything like that. And that's just a hassle. So that's realistically the purpose, mainly, for using the rake, is to rake out your footprints, wear some shoe covers while you're doing it, so the carpet stays looking great. Otherwise, you know, when you're doing cleaning for a real estate agent, or, you know, somebody's getting ready to move into the house, a lot of times seeing these triangles like this is visually pleasing to a lot of people, and therefore they just, you know, see that as, oh man, carpet was just professionally cleaned. That's great. I don't have to worry about it. Not everybody thinks that way, and some like to have it raked out. I personally like both looks. But like I said, it's mostly coupled with Scotchgarding the carpet, or if somebody wants you to topically deodorize all the carpet, then I would do that same thing. Apply the deodorizer in all the rooms that are requested, and then rake them out. Helps disperse, again, the product into the fibers. Somewhat, not by much. I've never measured it, but from what I've heard from many different people over the years, it helps a little bit with dry time, because if you're not CRBing the carpet, you know, it can kind of help fluff it up a little bit, which means it'll air out a little better, therefore drying out a little faster. But nothing significant enough, in my opinion, that you're going to be like, yeah, I need to have it raked every single time, because it cut my dry time down in, let's say, even an hour and a half. Now, it might in some areas, depending on the weather and stuff, but this is a matter of opinion. I'm not saying it's fact, but just from what I've noticed, nobody has told me that raking the carpet has significantly changed how fast it dries. So if you like to have it raked, be sure to let your carpet cleaner know. Just because it's not part of their normal process doesn't mean they can't still do it for you. Because I'm sure just about everybody has one on their van or their setup, whatever setup they got. If they don't, then I am not sure how they are Scotchgarding your carpets without making it actually harder on them. Now, there's ways around it. You clean a section, you know, say like probably no more than like an 8x8 section, just due to maybe your overall reach. But clean an 8x8 section, then you can Scotch guard it, and obviously not have to step on any of it at that point. And then you wouldn't have to rake it, technically. But if you do that in a house like this, where there's 2,300 square feet of carpet, how many times are you setting your carpet wand down and picking up your Scotch guard, spraying that on there, and then going back and forth doing that? That's a lot. And you're going to end up spending just as much time, if not more time, by just spraying it all at once and then raking all the carpet out. I have a feeling that would take you longer to do. I've done it on smaller jobs, and it felt like it took me a lot longer. It was more to remember to do. Clean a small section, set the wand down, Scotch guard it, clean a small section, back and forth, back and forth. So again, this is just a matter of my opinion on what I do. Not everybody has to do it the way I do it. But when I get good feedback from all my clients on my cleaning process, and how Adam and I do things, and it's nothing but positive, you know, don't fix it if it's not broken. All I got left is behind the door, and I can start rinsing this bad boy out. So glad I can clean for this lady and her husband. I think she was kind of in a hard spot trying to get somebody before the next tenant that she got was going to move in, because they're got somebody that want to move in kind of quickly, and so they're kind of scrambling to get this house back up to par for their new tenant. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As you can tell, Black Diamond Services. My name is Nolan. I appreciate you guys watching so much. I will be doing some video, of course, still on the rinsing part, but it is greatly appreciated that you guys take your time and watch my videos, no matter how much of it you're watching, whether it's all of it or just portions of it that you like to fast forward to that are your favorite. It's much appreciated. And of course, again, this is all for not just for your viewing pleasure, but to document the growth of my business and how things are going. Because if it works out and I keep this steady growth going, then it would be good to one day look back, see how it's progressed when I get older, or for my kids if they ever want to watch it and see how their dad did stuff and why he did it. And of course, like I said in previous videos, the whole purpose of getting past the 1K mark and, you know, monetizing these videos is to reinvest in my company to help it grow. That's the purpose of it. I've asked you guys in the past what you guys thought about doing a Patreon kind of thing for this, making t-shirts. Now, I looked into the Teespring thing that I've seen on other channels, and I found out if you want it to be shown on your YouTube channel, you have to have 10,000 subscribers. Otherwise, the only thing I could do is put a link in the description or in the comment section, which can always get lost and hard to find, you know, unless somebody is always digging for it and looking for that link. So I thought about making t-shirts or have, you know, like Teesprings, one of those companies that make them as they're ordered, and put like BDS Crew on there or anything, you know, cleaning related type thing, as a way to support the channel and the business growth that we are seeing. And you know, I had some good responses from a handful of you that said, yeah, that would be cool. Obviously with Patreon, you got to do different things to make it worthwhile, such as videos early access kind of things, or exclusive content, things like that. Give me your opinion down below again on what types of things you would like to see if I was even to put the time in for that, and have things like that, you know, whether it's instructional, how-to kind of things, which I've pretty much given away most of the stuff that we do, which I think is one of the best ways to do it. You know, if there's certain questions you'd like to be answered, I'm happy to answer them at the best of my knowledge. So thank you so much, you guys, for spending time with me. Everything else, I don't know what else to say at this point. But I really do appreciate every one of you that has commented, left a like, and has subscribed to this channel. It means so much to my wife and I that you would support us and even just viewing it. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope your new year is amazing, and I didn't have a video at the time of it, but I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, happy holidays, no matter what you celebrate. I hope it was a fantastic time. You got to spend time with your family and enjoy yourselves, you know, at the best you can, of course, with this crazy year. You know, that's always important, whether it's your family or just friends that are in your area. Definitely don't forget to spend some time with your friends when you can, so you can relax and all that. It's definitely worth it. I am blessed to have one of my good friends working for me, so I get to see one of my buddies every day, which I think is really cool. You know, but I'm fortunate in that case. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much again. Alright guys, here we go. After the CRB and pre-spray, this room doesn't look all that bad. So I am actually running the Everest 650 from my Chevy van setup. Original plan today was to get the oil changed in the van and the carpet machine. I don't have a way to dispose of oil quite yet, you know, legally for California rules. So I have a place in Oakdale that I showed how to do it for this particular van, and so that's why I am originally using the Everest today. I sent Adam in the big boy Profire, and I was going to do that, but then this job came about and ended up being way larger than I thought it would be. Thought I was going to be able to get this job done in, say, 3.5 hours max, but ended up being about 2.5, 3 times bigger than I was expecting. Usually last minute jobs like this have a tendency to be a lot smaller. So, the Everest is still kicking butt, still doing a great job. The suction feels relatively good. I am hooked up to a Boss filter, of course, as I always has been when using the Everest. I am not quite doing 4 to the door. I didn't have any space to really separate 2 50-foot lines to do the whole 4 to the door thing, so the lines are a lot shorter. And like I said earlier, I'll have to do a video on that. But I'll be doing it most likely when I'm running the Profire. So like I said earlier, make sure you're subscribed to the channel with the bell notifications, because that's a video I'd like to put together at some point in time. Show you what it is exactly. So now that I'm in the room, I turn the overhead fan on. This is another thing I don't always do when I first get here, especially in the summertime, because like I was explaining earlier, if you pre-spray a lot of carpet, say you got 800 square feet or more to do, for example, and you pre-spray all of it, there's a good chance that before you get done with it, that last room, at the very least, may have dried out your pre-spray from the heat. So when I am dealing with fans, I usually don't turn them on until I get it into the room, because then I still have that time to clean it before it dries out, and then as I'm cleaning, the fan is circulating the air in here. And then of course, it's always good to crack a couple windows if possible, which in the next room over, they already have the window open a little bit. This way, it can air out. There's a place for the moisture to escape, helping your dry times a little bit. Nope, that one popped out. Okay. Couple little hardened into the carpet spots that need a little extra heat. Break it down. A little screw, I'll pick that up. Sweet, those came right out. up. There's a little screw in the carpet. Put that in my pocket and place it somewhere for them. Probably went to something that the last tenant had in the house. But usually when I find those, I set them on a nearby ledge of some sort, if possible. Oh, there was something in the carpet. Now it's gone. Alright guys, so just past the 11-minute mark on this part of the video. So what I think I'll do, if you haven't commented down below, let me know if you think this is a great idea. I'm going to end the video on this one, on this vlog, at this point. And what I'm going to do is separate the rest of it, and I'll go ahead and rinse the rest of the carpet and not speak. Just make it kind of an ASMR type video. Yeah, it has been a while since I've done that. So I'll go ahead and do that for you guys, and then that way, once I'm able to upload it, you guys can enjoy that. For those that don't really need to know the businessy side of stuff and things that I talk about, if you just want the rest of it for entertainment purposes and enjoyment, relaxation. I know some of this white noise that the wand makes in the jets is soothing to some, so I will try and do that for you guys and go from there. So appreciate you watching. This video is quite long, I'm sure, at this point. Hope you've enjoyed it. Have a favorite section, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.